Welcome to Football Roundup with your host, Randy Silver. Today we have your Europa League and Europa Conference League Matchday 2 review. We had some banger games. One more time. Just banger games. Multiple games were ended at the death, winning goal in stoppage time. VAR came into play in multiple games. How did the big teams like Liverpool, Aston Villa, Brighton do? Did underdogs come up and win? We have all of it and more for you, so let's dive straight into it. No time to waste. First, let's go into Europa League. Here are your scores from Matchday 2. You can see at the top, AEK Athens tied Ajax 1-1. Ajax is not playing to their normal form this season. In a shocking upset, Aris Limassol beat Rangers 2-1. But maybe it shouldn't be that shocking because Rangers just fired their coach over the weekend. Thought that was a low, but nope. This is even lower. Marseille and Brighton and Hope Albion in the group of death, tied 2-2. Just scrolling through. Real Betis got a 2-1 win over Sparta Prague. Some names you may recognize. Atalanta get a 2-1 win over Sporting CP. Liverpool get an pretty much easy win, 2-0 win against Union St. Gilles. Roma cruised to 4-0 win over Servette. Slavia Prague with a 6-0 win over FC Sheriff. Sheriff needs to be taken out back because he did not do his job today. Toulouse beat Lask 1-0. Viral beat Rennes 1-0. So how does that shake out for the standings? West Ham's leading Group A with 6 points. Freiburg got 3. Olympiacos got 1. And Baka Trupla got 1. For games 3 and 4, you now play the same team twice, home and away. So you can see that West Ham will go play Olympiacos, home and then away. I'm not sure which way it actually will go. Athens leads their group with 4 points. Marseille and Ajax have 2. Brighton have 1. This is group of death, Group B. Could go any way. It's going to be a very interesting game. This will probably go all the way to match day 6. Group C, 3 points apiece. Sparta, Aris, Rangers, and Real Betis. This could go anyway. This will go to match day 6. Each team has a win and a loss. Group D, Atalanta with 6 points, as you expect. Sporting and Sturm with 3 points. And Radko has 0 points. Group E, Liverpool cruising with 6 points. Toulouse, Union next up with 4 and 1 point, respectfully. And then last, Liverpool, after they go in and play Toulouse, if they can get basically 3 points out of the next 2 games, probably will get 6. They'll be cruising. They'll be in the next round easy. In Group F, pretty close. Panathinaikos, Viral, Rennes, 4-3-3. Maccabi Haifa, 1. Group G, Slavia Prague, Roma, both with 6 points. Servette FC Sheriff with 0 points. And look at the goal differential. This group is pretty much over. Slavia Prague and Roma play each other next, so they may beat themselves out, but when they go back and play the other 2 teams, they should be fine. Finally, in Group H, Leverkusen and Korabag both have 6 points. Molde and Hicken have 0 points. This one's pretty much over as well. And this means now Bayer Leverkusen and Korabag will play each other, and then they'll move forward and do the other games. So that is your standings. We look at stats. João Pedro from Brighton has 3 goals in 2 games, leading the board. James Ward-Prowse has 3 assists in 2 games, same as Emin Harit from Marseille. They're leading the pack. Goals plus assists, give you tied with 3. When we look at overall expected goals, you can see that João Pedro is up there. He has 3 goals. He could have a bit more. When we look at chances created, Ward-Prowse, first time playing in Europe, coming over from Southampton. He's a set-piece specialist, and he's crushing it with his set-piece, especially from corners. Really doing a great job playing in Europe for the first time. Great signing for West Ham, taking the place of Declan Rice, who went up to Arsenal. Matoma has been playing very well. We've seen the EPL, so you can kind of see the stats. If we want to look at the team stats, here are the match ratings of teams. Leverkusen's playing well. Korabag, West Ham, they all have 6 points. Goals per match, Slavia Prague are averaging 4 goals per match. We look at other possession. Liverpool, as you expect, against second-tier European competition dominating. Brighton, EPL team dominating. Roma, big Italian club dominating. So the teams up here you expect to be winning these types of stats are winning these stats. Let's just dive quickly into some games for you. Just wanted to show this game because Ajax are not in their normal form. They gave up a goal in the 75th minute, tied 1-1. They right now are sitting in a very tough position with only 2 points. They still can move on with second in the group, but they got to start getting better. Their form in the Dutch league has not been that good this season as well. Rangers, we talked about, lost after firing their coach over the weekend. They got 1 goal back after being down 2-1. We're not able to get the rest of the game back. Not good. Ever since Steven Gerrard left the Rangers. This was a fun game to watch. Marseille got 2 goals in 2 minutes, took 2-0 lead at halftime. Brighton came back at halftime and were able to get 2 goals back. Pedro gets a penalty in the 88th minute. Not the Pedro that you're thinking of from days at Chelsea. Tie the game 2-2 in this group of death. Real Betis come back and win. You see that name right there? Isco with a header. So one of the smallest players on the field. Header goal to win the game. Big win for Betis. They are sitting in a good spot in this group. Well, I mean, technically everybody is because everyone's got 3 points. But big win for La Liga team here. Isco has been playing really well overall in this tournament and throughout the season. Great to see him kind of getting his career back on track. Just showing Liverpool, they had a 1-0 lead going to halftime. Never really had too much pressure in the second half. Would have wished they got the second goal sooner, but draw that put it away in the 92nd minute to seal the deal. West Ham come back and beat Ergaard after giving up a 1-goal lead to win 2-1. Good win here. Bowen playing up at striker. This team who won Europa Conference League last season is looking very good in Europa League, and they're looking good in EPL. Roma dominating. Lukaku got a goal. Bellotti he got himself a brace. Pellegrini got a goal. This was a pretty easy game for them. Roma, looking like they were very successful. And when I say in Roma, I mean Stadio Olimpico, which is in Rome. And then Bayer Leverkusen, another favorite in Europa League, got a win, went up 2-0, gave up a late goal, but not enough for Mold to come back, and they got that W. That now takes us to Europa Conference League. Let's dive into the same information for you. Here are the scores from today. If you're not as familiar as Europa Conference League, it's the 3rd level of Europe, so it's a lot of teams from smaller countries, or like 4th, 5th, 6th type of place in some of these countries. So it may not be as recognizable if you're not super in depth, but you can see some teams like Aston Villa are in here because they came in 6th in EPL last season. But this is good. This is breeding ground for these younger teams or these smaller teams to build players up. They can move up in the bigger European teams based off of this. Also, if you win this Europa Conference League, you then get to move up into Europa League. So you can see some scores here. We'll dive into some of these games for you. A lot of close games. We look at the standings. Slovenia Bratislava is leading Group A over Lille. We have 6 points to 4 points. Group B, Ghent and Zora both have 4 points. Maccabi Tel Aviv have 3. So it's a pretty close group in Group B. Group C, same thing, 6, 3, and 3. So a relatively close group. One win can catapult you up. One can drop you down. Group D, Lugano and Club Brugge both have 4 points each, while Besiktas and Bod have 1. For Group E, all have 3 points going into the swing of home and away games, so this could be make or break coming forward. Group F, 4-4-2-0 for Navarros, and Genk win the 1-2. Group G, PAC and Icon Frankfurt 6 and 3, and then Group H, Fenerbahce and Nordsjælland 6-3 and 3. So these are start breaking out a little bit. It's obvious in some of these that some teams are significantly better, just have more talent, and it shows. Not as competitive as, say, Champions League, Europa League. So when we look at the stats, here are your stats. Who's your top scorer? For Nordsjælland, Benjamin Nayan. Fred is now in Fenerbahce in Turkey, has 3 assists. And then we're going to scroll down just so you can see. Jonathan David, he plays for Canada, is on Lille. He's doing a nice job here. It's good for the Canadian national team. We look at teams, who's at the top. Fenerbahce, match rating 7.3. Goals per match. Nordsjælland is averaging 4. Goals conceded. Lille hasn't given up a goal yet. It's good for them. possession. Aston Villa, Frankfurt, Lille, as you'd expect. Clean sheets. Lille is giving up, as we said, 0 goals. So you can kind of see some of the stats here. Just a quick game to share. Besiktas went up 2-0. And then Lugano, in a 10-minute spurt, come back and win the game 3-2. That final goal is an own goal. Crowd was going wild. Whew, it was a fun game to watch. Also, you can see right here, Valentino Roser got himself a double yellow, which turned into a red, which really affected his team. As a result of that card, that's kind of what helped Lugano come back and get this victory and get 3 goals. Can't allow that to happen. You also can see on Besiktas, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Blasphemy Plus, Arsenal player, Liverpool player. Villa got a 1-0 win, 94th minute goal. Big win for them, playing in Europe. They've had a decent start to EPL. Need to just get some wins here as they go into the meat of the EPL season. All teams have 3, so it's anybody's game. Big there. And their coach, of course, we know about, is the king. When he was at Sevilla, he won multiple Europa League titles there. And if you don't know who his coach is, it's Unai Emery. Does it say? Yep, right now. Another at-the-death win. Sashalaki, sorry if I said that wrong, 92nd minute goal. They win that game. After going up 1-0, Frankfurt tied it 1-1. You expect them to be able to pull out the victory, but no. PAOK comes out and gets the W. So that is your overall Europa League and Conference League Match Day 2 review. We cannot show highlights because of copyright issues, but you can see the stats, the stories, the key games, what happened. So come back here. We do this for Champions League. We do this also on the weekends. We have the domestic league reviews across all of the world, focusing on Europe, Saudi Arabia, and MLS. MLS playoffs are coming up, so it's about to get fun. And we're in the full swing of Champions League. We got European domestic seasons full swing, international breaks, and so much more. So subscribe here, Futbol Round-Up on Randy Silver TV. We also have Hoops Round-Up, MMA Round-Up, and Gridiron Round-Up for you. So many sports. Thank you for coming today. Comment your thoughts on Europa League, and we'll see you in 2 weeks for the next match. Bye, y'all.